Hey viewers, welcome to another game of Casual Pro Gamer. Today we are doing a Rumble game. So I haven't done a Rumble game in quite a while, and yeah, I came across this one, and let's hope it's a good one. So we at least have one jungler, so not on the other team. So once again, the same rules apply. If you don't want to see low level games, then go watch something else. I put out enough videos a day to get something for everyone. So it's not necessarily true, of course, that the low-level games are less spectacular or are less useful to learn from. It is just that, yeah, well, they will make mistakes that you won't make, or maybe you think you won't make them. Because that's of course what always happens. People think they play perfectly and that other people don't play perfectly. And Rumble in some trouble here. Is he going to get out? Yes, he is. So enemy complete fail there on their gank. Well, not a complete fail, but definitely not what they wanted. So flash was used, and oh, he is going to stay in. Yeah, he did bring health potions, and he has 2.5 health potions left. Oh no, that's 1.5. Never mind. So he's going to heal up to full again. So they did get him to use his health potions, and because of the fact that there are 2 top laners, he is going to have a difficult job ahead of him. But yeah, at least managed to last hit there. So he has 4 minions and the enemies have 1 plus 5. So yeah, not at all bad. So yeah, if you're a top laner in this kind of a situation, and I know a lot of you play these kind of games where the enemy team doesn't have a jungler, because even I get games where the enemy doesn't have a jungler. If I queue with with some people. And yeah, if you play this, then you have to remember that the only thing you're trying to do here is make sure that the fact that you have a jungler actually makes sense. So you're trying to get the experience and get the farm when needed, but you need to try to prevent, dying. Obviously you need to prevent dying, but your main thing is not to keep your tower, but it is to try to gain as much experience and as much gold as you can. And yeah, hopefully you will be able to get something going in the late game, because you have more experience and more gold than the enemy team. So Rumble can handle a 1v2 lane if the enemies aren't too aggressive, because as you saw, when they go aggressive, it is really hard to farm, because, well, he has this harpoon thing, electro harpoon. That's useful for farming, and this Garen is playing so badly. He takes so many tower shots. But yeah, well, he he will actually be fine, because he has a heal in his innate ability, and it's pretty strong heal too. So Garen will only become dangerous in the late game, there's no problem there. The Varus, on the other hand, will be dangerous right now, and we saw him take some shots at Rumble already that will go unanswered, because, well, Rumble doesn't have that kind of range. So the jungler coming in, and he is going to snipe this Garen. And come on, get him. Yes, there we go. So yeah, this was all due to the fact that they have no jungler, and they didn't prepare for the jungle attack here. And wow, getting the second kill as well, because Varus wants to get this Jax, but Jax is just a lot quicker. Yeah, Jax has boots, and Varus did not have boots. And is he going to get out of this? No. No. So mid laner coming in. Yeah, the Mordekaiser. No. Yeah, well, he was late. But then again, you should have noticed the moment you go into this kind of situation where you are here, you need to notice the mid lane. So once you get the kills and the mid laner is gone and they have no jungler, yeah, you need to back off straight away, because it is just very, very risky. So don't push the lane jacks. So Jack's not getting that last hit, so the main one. But yeah, the lane pushed a little bit now. It would have been better if the lane was stuck there, because that way Jax could come in from here, jump on top of them, and make something happen. So by the way, that's the beauty of being on Skype together. The warnings that you get from mid lane will come in immediately, because you don't have to type. You can just say that the mid is missing, and there's no real reason to not say it, even when they're gone for like a second, because you can just communicate way better. And that's also why a lot of people who play in teams actually use kind of a voice chat system, because it is just so much more useful than actually chatting in the chat. Chatting in the chat. Excellent. No, then the text chat. So Garen is gone, and yeah, it's okay now. But I was expecting Garen to go mid lane now to try to get something working there, because they have been farming quite rapidly, but not really been able to do something to Rumble because of that. Yeah, they are going to take down the turret eventually, especially because Varus actually is trying to take down the turret. And Rumble has been doing a decent job of farming. Yeah, the nice oh, that's a shame. The nice range on that, making it sure that he could actually get that. It's a shame he didn't flash out, but yeah, well, I expected the Garen to not be able to range that. Tells you how much I know about Garen, right? That I didn't know that he could range all the way over there.
An ally has been slain.
Yeah, unfortunately he dies a second time, and he is going for the revolver, Hextech revolver. It's a good choice on Rumble. And the enemy now made the mistake, and yeah, it seems like no mistake, but made the mistake of destroying that turret. That means that they will now have to farm over here if Rumble can indeed not push the lane. He is going to push the lane, by the way, but if he didn't push the lane, he could hold the lane like over here, and the enemies would have to farm all the way over there, meaning that the jungler can just come in from the side and kill them. We saw that happen already, and it is going to happen again if they keep pushing. Yeah, Rumble missing a lot of last hits there. 22 to hang on, because now they're severely ahead to 60. Yeah, you need to, if you're in a 1v2 lane, you need to pick up all of the last hits that you can, because if you miss the last hits like this, then you're not going to be well, you're not going to make it worth it that you have a jungler, because the jungler being Jax, he has 30 minions, so you need to make sure that 30 plus 22 in this case is more than 35 plus 38, and in this case that is not so much. So, well, of course the jungler has the added advantage of being able to get kills. Well, the experience, I'm not talking about that. I mean, obviously the experience is a big part of this, but the experience is kind of equal, 7 and 7 versus 7 and 7.
An enemy has been slain.
But yeah, in the end, you need to make sure that you can get those You can get that advantage out of that, otherwise there is no use in jungling. In fact, it's a disadvantage to jungle, because you use up a very significant slot in your team's summoner spells. Because you're using a smite, and although the smite is useful when you're getting dragon or something like that, most of the times you get dragon, you will do that when the enemy team is really low. So our team's Varus will come in and snipe this turret. They will easily get this. And because the enemy team has no jungler, there's really no reason not to. Well, mid turret really is normally taken down whenever you can manage. But yeah, the top lane has been deserted for quite a while, and that's because they destroyed that turret. There's no pressure anymore on this lane, so Rumble can just come in and do whatever he wants. So yeah, doing 100 damage there. Garen, so strong, man. I really don't like how Garen works at this moment. But yeah, that's the way it is. Some champions are better than others in their design, and yeah, I guess I just don't like the fact that Garen is only useful for his ultimate.
An ally has been slain.
And yeah, well, Rumble now in the same 1v2 lane, but now in mid. And enemy Varus, yeah, farming a little bit too much, not noticing that there's a team fight coming in. And yeah, he really hasn't fired a shot yet at the enemy champions. And wow, this was so much damage going down on Rumble. And unfortunately, yeah, he doesn't get that kill, or he doesn't stay alive. But they do get a triple kill for Jax, which is totally worth it. Yeah, they all went for Rumble, who of course gains a lot of health from his Hextech revolver, and also has a giant belt, so he is pretty tanky. Plus he has 87 armor already. So all in all, he's just not the target you want. You want to go for either Jax or this guy. This guy has way lower armor. Jax probably the same, even a little bit higher, but not the amount of HP. It's about 300 HP difference, which means 600 less damage you need to do. About 600. And yeah, all in all, that 600 damage could have been spent on killing someone else. And that doesn't seem like a lot, but yeah, that is quite a lot. So all in all, it's 9 and 9. Rumble is 2, 3 and 5, so a lot of assists, and is going to try to help out his teammate here, and they are going to manage to get this kill because of the slow of the ultimate from Rumble. And oh, a nice stun there, but oh, why would you turn back, Garen? Why? And this flash was totally unnecessary. He's not going to manage to get out. Might as well die without an assist and with your flash still up. But that kind of play, so dying there instead of flashing over the wall into two enemies, yeah, that kind of play is yeah, much higher level. Nobody will actually do that, except in a real tournament play where people say, well, I'm dead, and they accept the fact that they're dead. They're not going to try to get out with a like 0.1% chance of getting out because maybe the enemy makes a mistake. They're going to save their most precious summoner spell, which is Flash, and they're going to take it into the next fight. So the next fight they will be able to get away, even though, well, this time they died. But yeah, also the fact that you give away an assist there, that is pretty significant. Because assuming, yeah, he did get a kill. I mean, he got a lot of kills. So he got 2 kills. That's not a whole lot, but if there's 9 kills on your team, then 2 kills is a lot. Yeah, he got 2 kills, and because of that, he gave away 300 gold, and the assist on that is about 200 gold. So that means you're going to give the enemy team 200 gold and a flash for doing nothing, for basically just being there. And yeah, Vigar's now over here with his team, and oh, they're going to see Varus in the jungle here. They want to go for Dragon, it seems. But yeah, not really lining up for Dragon. No wards out. Well, there is a ward over here, which is good. Like that. But I would like to see a little more. And nobody in this bush. And Garen is jungling there, so that means they may be able to start Dragon here. Or at least start on the team fight. And once again, Rumble gets focus. Oh, he gets the kill there. His ultimate does go off, and oh, why not get this guy? There we go. And this guy might die as well if they pay attention. And actually, a very nice pickup there. So yeah, Mordekaiser gets sniped, and so does Varus. So all in all, it's a 3 for 3 or something like that. Yeah. But they may be able to get the Dragon now. But he's going for enemy blue. No, not going for it. Yes, he is. So the best way to do that is, of course, to stand in the bush there, so that the enemies cannot sneak up on you. No, kill it all. They're not going to get blue, man. Anyhow, Jax is going mid, Rumble's going top. Rumble is going to manage to push this lane a little bit, although it was pushing all by itself. And how's he doing on last hits now? He has 50. The enemies have 60 and 80. So Garen doing a good job of farming. It's very unfortunate that he cannot really turn it into something. I guess some Garens play AD, and that is of course a fine choice on him. Come on, get the shield. Yeah. The shield gives you a movement speed bonus. And you can use that to get out. Wow, what was that? Why would you flash there? So, finally turning around here and going to dominate these enemies, because he's Rumble, man. Rumble doesn't die too easily, especially with the lifesteal or the spell vamp, sorry. And yeah, can easily do this in a situation where he can use the equalizer, his ultimate. And yeah, that was a very nice engage. Very nicely turned back, harassed a little bit, and then saw the opportunity to kill the Varus before he did too much damage. Well, before he did any damage. And actually made use of that by killing him first and then going for the super low damage other guy, who wasn't the problem at all. And how is this guy still alive? Oh, that's Mordekaiser. Okay, never mind. Of course Mordekaiser is still alive. So yeah, there you see the ultimate used on Garen, but because no one was low health, it didn't do anything. It did like 200 damage to Riven. Yeah, well now she's down more. But so what's this guy building? Because he has no damage at all. Oh, he has a Thornmail, yeah, which really doesn't work versus a magic damage dealer, such as Rumble. 43 magic resist, 200 armor. That's a little bit unbalanced, seeing that this team, yeah, Jax, he does some of both, but he doesn't have any attack damage items. So this is magic damage. This guy only has like the BF sword and the pickaxe. So not a real item completed yet, where Rumble has 2 items completed. Mordekaiser obviously has 1 item completed and should really start with Hextech Revolver as well. And Riven, who is not really dealing that much damage either yet. So, and he is going Thornmail against that. So that's kind of random. And yeah, if you notice these kind of things with your AP character, so if you're playing someone who deals magic damage, then you know who to get in a team fight. I mean, you know you should get the guy with all of the armor. And this guy at least has some magic resist from somewhere. 45 additional magic resist that may come from his runes and masteries. Or, no, it does come from his runes and masteries. Because the extra, the 47, the green, is the extra stuff you get from runes and masteries and items. But since he doesn't have any items that increase his magic resist, has to be that. At least, no, I'm not overlooking anything. So going level 3 boots on Garen, because Mobile Fire said so. His guide probably said so. Yeah, yesterday I was watching the stream from Saint Vicious, who was playing Darius, and they were talking in the chat about him needing to make a guide for Darius, sorry, for Darius. And yeah, then someone else said, "Who needs a guide?" And that's exactly the way. Yeah, the way it should be. You should be able by now, because there's such a limited selection of good items. You should be able to pick your own items. There is no reason to read a guide, because guides are always based on a playstyle of another player. They're always based on a certain game type, a certain ELO, and even if Saint Vicious makes a guide and you follow that to the letter, so you do exactly the same thing that he does, then that doesn't mean that you're going to get the same results. Because, well, he is Saint Vicious. He plays jungle in his way. He knows when to engage and he knows when not to engage. And that's not explained in a guide. I mean, a guide doesn't explain or cannot tell you when you will survive a situation and when you will not survive a situation. And anyone knows that if you buy Infinity Edge and Phantom Dancer, you get the highest damage output. And that's just the way it is. Everyone knows that. Mordekaiser really doesn't have boots yet? No. Man. Yeah, I forget that too. I mean, I've had whole games where I was at like 40 minutes in and then I thought, well, I'm so slow, how am I so slow? And then all of a sudden I realized that I just forgot boots. So, it only happens with supports, of course, because most of the other characters start off with boots. Or you get the armor first and then you get armor boots, the ninja tabbies. So that's for top laners mostly. But yeah, you can obviously easily forget boots because of the way the recommended items are used. Well, the recommended items, as you can see, oh, sorry, that's in the shop, of course. So we are going to just do a lot of damage here, and the Demacia guy really doesn't stand a chance here. He still hasn't got any magic resist, and Garen is going to die here as well. Nicely done. No problems for Rumble. He's going to get out with no problems. And yeah, once again, Garen has no ultimate, so Garen is useless. So here, if you buy different boots, in this case Mercury Strats were up here, and if you buy different boots, the boots will still be here. And many builds recommend something like the cooldown boots on characters that aren't really useful as cooldown boots. Unfortunately, Rumble gets sniped here, but his team still gets the kill, and they still get the turret. So all in all, it's a good deal. They need to go for Baron here, of course, The whole enemy team was down. Now only Maokai is down, but they can still go for Baron if they want to. But Baron is dangerous, so that's why they won't go for it. And an excellent ultimate there from this guy Varus, and it is going to result in a kill here. And Jack's going to get out. Oh, Jack's going to get out, and oh, they actually get a second kill out of that, and a nice clone. And the clone is going to be used to kill this Garen. Yeah, sending the clone into the turret. That's fine too. I mean, the clone, yeah, it can be really useful at times, especially in team fights. But if you have nothing better to do with it, you might as well send it into either an enemy champion or a turret, because it doesn't really matter. So a lot of aggression here in turret range, but they do get the kill. And Riven is now going to go aggressive on this guy, who is at 1200 HP. But Riven does a lot of damage, so yeah, the movement increase good enough to get him out, but yeah. His teammate was not that lucky, and Riven is not even going to bother with his Jarvan until the other guy is gone. Jarvan really has nothing. He has no items that add any damage, not even like a Wriggle's Lantern. So he's not dangerous at all. He's kind of in the category of champions that you can just ignore. I mean, the 200 damage per second they do, you can just ignore that. And the same goes for this Varus, I'm afraid. I don't know how he managed to not get an Infinity Edge at 27 minutes in. But yeah, he managed to do that. So yeah, as you can see, the blue buff still wasn't up, and yeah, that's the reason why Jax should have taken it out. The enemy team wasn't going to take it, and if you have no jungler on the enemy team, you need to make use of that. You need to destroy the enemy blue, the entire camp, and then note it in the chat when the next one will be up. And that's just, yeah, it's just how you play. I mean, you need to use the advantage that you get by having a jungler and utilize it completely by giving that blue buff to your mid laner, for example. Or, well, at least use it for something. So Garen getting another kill with his ultimate, and then after that going to just run after people and not do a whole lot. So Garen is going to die here, I'm assuming, but Jax is really low, so he doesn't want to chase that, obviously. And oh, so risky. Jax is still alive, and they keep hunting him all the time, but he just stays alive, and Rumble in the meantime is just pounding away at everyone, just doing the damage. And Jax, come on! Oh, nice jump! Oh, and this Rumble is going to grab this kill as well, because there is still no magic resist on the Jarvan. So easy enough. So yeah, they need to go for Dragon. They need to in fact go for Baron here. And the enemy team doing a whole lot of complaining about everything. Maokai 11 kills, but yeah, that's not really useful. That's not going to turn into any damage at all. So has been doing a little bit too much of the last hit, last hitting champions. 1 in 10 Varus, yeah, obviously not doing too hot. But the main problem is the minions. If you look at this, everyone is over 100 now, and we have 150. The enemy team has a 1 over 100, and that's Garen, who doesn't do anything. Well, he has his ultimate, but his ultimate needs 0 farm. It is going to do the same amount of damage whether you are farmed or not. And yeah, looking at the items also, this is pretty much all tanky. Well, he has a little bit of AP here. That's 80 ability power. And he has Adorn's Ring, but yeah, who cares about that? This is all defensive. This is all defensive. And you have two offensive champions. Vigar, who should be doing way better than he is against this, against this team. Yeah, but it's all too defensive. They have no damage, and yeah, Rumble is just standing in the middle of three champions here, getting ulted by Vigar, and it does no damage. So getting ulted by Jarvan now. Oh, he should have turned around and killed Jarvan, but yeah, he wants to have this kill. And come on, kill this guy. So getting another kill, and yeah, Garen is obviously going to get out because he has a huge HP pool and a big amount of armor, magic resist, and he's going to be really proud. He's going to say, "Oh, my team fed all game, and I have like, I'm like 3 and 8, but I did very well. I just died because of my team." No, you died because you picked Garen. I mean, picking Garen is just, yeah, blah. But yeah, Rumble doing a very, very good job of just ignoring the fact that there are many enemies there. Just watching the fact that they do no damage. And because they do no damage, there is no risk in engaging. And he has this spell vamp. He even has an hourglass. He should have upgraded the revolver into the... oh, what's it called? The AoE item. Come on. Will of the Ancients? Yeah, I want to say Will of the Ancients. Yeah, that's probably it. Because that way the Mordekaiser would profit from it as well, and that would of course be a good deal. Unfortunately, he does get sniped here, and yeah, Maokai, the only one with kills, is going to get that kill. And they do take down about half of this turret. So Varus needs to really run here, obviously, and yeah, once again the ultimate coming out from Garen, and yeah, I don't know. It's just I I hate the fact that his ultimate is the only thing doing damage, and that's why I don't understand why people pick him. Because people who pick Garen are always whining about their team for some reason, because they don't realize that the only build they have is really tanky, so they can get out of any situation because they have like 4000 HP and 150 armor and magic resist, like this guy. I mean, 160 and 100, but still, yeah, he has no damage. He started off with Dorn's Blade, and that's all the damage he has. But still, they always complain about their team because they are doing so brilliantly, and yeah, their teammates, they die all the time. Yeah, that's because you kill steal with your ultimate, and then you have so much HP and armor and magic resist that there's really nothing that you have to do to get out. You just have to walk away. And yeah, trying to get the Varus here, but yeah, even when you're this fed, it's not a good idea to go in a 1 versus 4 situation. So yeah, he forgot his Zonias apparently, at least it said in the chat, but he did use it at some point. And at least he got out at low HP, but he did get out. And yeah, if he builds Will of the Ancients and stays with Mordekaiser, they're pretty much unbeatable, because Mordekaiser still hasn't built his. He needs to build that because he needs that extra spell vamp to stay alive, because the shield in and of itself isn't good enough, and well, why not get the most OP item in the game? Well, I guess the most OP item would be Bloodthirster. Well, from the big items, of course, because seeing how much well, you pay for something and how much you get back for it, it would probably be Brutalizer, which is severely underpriced. But Brutalizer isn't really that good of an item. in the late game. Mordekaiser not even getting caught by the stun at first, and he is going to get out. Yeah, I can't see the HP. So Rumble chasing this dude, but that's not going to result in anything because he is super tanky. And Mordekaiser, yeah, if he had some spell fam there, he would have been fine. But yeah, Rumble is now going to dominate these guys. It is so sad. Oh, so sad to be the enemy team against a Rumble like this, who has, well, all of these nice items. And yeah, he, or his team and him, they are going to just destroy these turrets and the Nexus now, because there's nothing the enemy team can do. They're all dead. And well, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. GG.